What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD coming at you with a special video. This is an in-depth look at the life and times of Phil Adam, the current Intellivision CEO. Now, on February 23rd, 2022, I did a live stream going over much of this information. It was a 2-hour live stream. Smash JT came in the middle. We had some, a sidetrack with Smash. Then we went back to this. I will link that whole live stream in the pinned comment of this video. But in this video, I'm just going to go over a really quick overview of all the things we talked about. And additionally, I'm going to add some extra stuff that I just found out today. Hours before recording this video, I found some additional information that I didn't even know yesterday, so I'm going to include that. So if you already saw yesterday's video, there's actually going to be some new stuff here for you. But before we get into it, I want to remind you to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know how you're feeling about this Phil Adam character. But let's go ahead and get to it. Now, in 2008-ish, Phil Adam meets Mike Kennedy on an airplane. They bond over the Nintendo DS, over a game that Phil Adam worked on. They become good friends, such good friends that Phil Adam actually asked Mike Kennedy to drive him to a meeting, and they discover that, hey, they're actually neighbors. Now, in 2009, Phil Adam gets interviewed for Mike Kennedy's Retro Gaming Roundup podcast, the premiere episode of the podcast. Phil Adam is the first guest. A little bit of connection there. Then, in 2009-ish, Game Gavel, which was bought by Mike Kennedy, it started by someone else. It was an auction website for specifically for games. Mike Kennedy ends up acquiring it. Phil Adam gets a 5% stake in Game Gavel LLC. So he's part of this venture along with Mike. Then we jump over to 2011, where Mike Kennedy decides he wants to become the new sort of a Netflix / GameFly type service for used games. You send in used games and you get new used games from other people. Sort of a used game trading website called Postal Gamer. And of course, Phil Adam is on the board of directors for Postal Gamer. Now, unfortunately for Mike, he didn't actually secure the domain name before coming up with Postal Gamer. So it quickly changed to Parcel Gamer. Phil Adams still attached to the project. Now, Parcel Gamer is around for about 6 months or so before that gets killed. It's gone. But in its place, EK Gaming with the same plan, the same startup, the same, we're going to, send in used games and kick a little bit back to the publishers and stuff. EK Gaming, and once again, Phil Adam on the board of directors. Then in 2015, we have Retro Action Entertainment. It is a company that Mike Kennedy starts in order to create video games, specifically the Intellivision Gen 2 line of video games. They have a Kickstarter. And wouldn't you know it, Phil Adam is the president of Retro Action Entertainment. That particular Kickstarter for the Intellivision Gen 2 only wanted about 100,000. It did not meet its goal. Fun fact, Tommy Tellerico actually did contribute to that Kickstarter. He didn't fund it all. He could have, but he didn't. He did contribute to it, though. So now we're going to jump over to the infamous Coleco Chameleon. This is where we're at. We're at the good stuff now. You see, Mike Kennedy, he was starting this retro VGS project. It was a console. In 2015, they did a Kickstarter, only got about 80,000. It was a failure. Didn't work out. Eventually, they do get the Coleco name in about 2016. And in February 13th of 2016, on a Facebook post, they announced that there's going to be a Coleco Chameleon Kickstarter. And that Kickstarter is going to set off on February 26th of that year. Now, on February 13th of that year is the New York City Toy Fair, the infamous SNES Junior and a Jaguar shell fiasco. On the 26th of February, the Kickstarter is delayed. They say, hey, we're delaying it to make it better. At first, they had said they didn't need the money. Now they're saying, hey, we're delaying it to make it better. So the Kickstarter never happens. We don't have a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo for Coleco Chameleon. Now, These dates are important because the archive of this picture that you're looking at here, the Coleco Chameleon team featuring VP of Business Phil Adam, was taken on March 3rd, 2016. Now, we're told that Phil Adam advised Mike Kennedy not to do an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter. Mike didn't listen. Phil Adam left the company, and he was actually just a consultant. Well, he is listed here as the VP of Business. This, like I said, this screenshot comes from an archive that is archived on March 3rd, 2016. So that is almost a month after the Toy Fair. Phil Adam, if what he says is true, that he, walked away from this after the whole Kickstarter fiasco, when they announced the Kickstarter, kind of funny, uh, he's still on there after the announcement of the Kickstarter. You would think that he would immediately say, "Hey, Mike, you got to take my name off this website. I'm no longer associated with the company." But no, they announced the Kickstarter. He's still up there. They go to the Toy Fair. Phil Adams still up there. They delay the Kickstarter. Phil Adams still up there. Now on April 6th, 2016, Mike Kennedy makes a post on Atari Age. And in part of that post, he talks about Phil Adams' role in company. He says Phil Adams was trying to secure deals between Blizzard and Interplay for their 16-bit games so that they would come to the Coleco Chameleon. And that is where we end this saga. Now, if you see anybody pointing you to a retro VGS Kickstarter, that is the 2015 failed retro VGS Kickstarter, not the proposed 2016 Coleco Chameleon Kickstarter. So anyone trying to say, well, Phil wasn't involved in the company, here's a Indiegogo to prove it, they're lying to you. With that said, that's all we got. That's all the information laid out for you. I hope you enjoy the video. Hope I can see you around the channel. But you know how we do it here. Love, peace, booty grease. I'm out this bitch.